Y'all want to win? Put Booby in. Whoa, Nelly.
Who in the hell is that?
Isaiah Paul's jump.
Win just one for the Kipper.
Yeah, but
I don't want to play this game. We broke my nose.
I'm going to fix it.
I would ask for so much money that I had to put me on layaway.
Does he know any of these plays?
Give him a chance, all right? The guy knows the basic package, but he's only taken a few snaps.
Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy?
It's my team. Quarterback. It's my quarterback.
There's no crying in
Football. And you know this, man.
Welcome to the Prep Stars Football Report. Here's your host, Derek Denham.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to the Prep Stars Football Report with your host, Derek Denham. And as always, I got my man, Mr. Reggie Booby Wins in studio. What's good?
Up, though? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff.
Man, I'll be so glad when they come so we can stop saying that at some point. I'll be so glad. What's good, man?
Nothing, man. It's a new day, baby. I'm waiting on Santa Claus, and them new Air Maxes is coming, so I'm getting ready.
Okay. Well, as always, we got a real big show tonight, Mr. Wins. Got a very, very special family guest in tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll save that, a little surprise, and then I'm gonna let you do the honors of who introduce all of our guests that we got coming on tonight, Reg.
Well, we got KJ Hamler from Penn State University, Playmakers U finest.
That's right.
And then we have Shamar Dabney, Bowling Green defensive back from St. Mary's finest. And he was, I know his dad very well, good family. And then I got Kyron Cunningham out of Duquesne. And when I mean 6 feet, 200 plus, running back out of St. Mary's is at Duquesne. Glad to have him here. And Josh Mosley from St. Mary's. Yeah, his brother got a brother. I went down in Texas.
Texas. Okay.
All right.
Somebody's got to mute their phones.
And we're having a little technical difficulty. I know we got some guests in the studios. I need for y'all out there, these things happen. So we're just going to mute all of our phones so you guys out there won't get any feedback. But anyway, so while we get that together, St. Mary's in the house.
Yes, sir.
Again, KJ in the house. Got Mr. Dabney in the house. And I know Dabney had that great play for St. Mary's back in the day where I think the last-minute touchdown catch. So I'm excited about, talking to all these young men. Very excited. And we're looking forward to chatting with them real soon. But first, big day today, signing day, national holiday. What's your thoughts, Booby?
I don't like it.
Why?
I just it's too. It allows the kids to make bonehead decision, and you flip on the day of signing day. You never visit. Really? Really? I don't like it. I mean, I
Well, the kid from Michigan, he was committed to Michigan. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, the safety
flipped to Alabama, then flipped back.
Yeah. Then we have a quarterback that committed to Ohio State.
Right.
Get rumors that the backup quarterback is going to leave Georgia.
Right.
And then end up committing to Georgia.
Okay.
I like it better when it was one day and you have time to think about where you're going to sign. And that February give you enough time to, think about where you're going to go. Mm-hmm. But now you're rushing the kids and you're making the kids sign early sign day because you want to take a what? Vacation. Mm-hmm. You want to get 99.9% of them signed so they can do that vacation stuff. I understand it, Coach. I really do.
Right.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I think we give our kids too many opportunities to make so many decisions. I had one of my kids, he changed his mind 3 times. And it's okay, you can do that. But if he had to go to February,
right,
he could have made a conscious decision. So I don't like it. I think it's more beneficial to the programs, to the schools, to the universities. And I know they want to get it over with. I hear it, but I just don't like it, man. And kids is not sure where they want to go.
Right. But, I mean, when you say they're not sure, I mean, whose fault is that? Is that the parents? Is that the kids? Is that, I mean, because you just didn't start doing your homework on signing day.
No, but you take 5 visits and you go to a visit, you might not like it. And you'd be like, oh, man, I really like it, but I don't like the visit. I didn't like how they treated me.
Right.
And it makes it difficult to make that decision so fast.
Right.
And it might be the best place for you. But I'm not fond of the
because you're all about relationships. And
yes.
I know we've talked about this recruiting process before. Obviously, we've dealt with a lot of kids going through the process. And I know, again, it's a relationship business. But I think sometimes there's some other dynamics that may go into play that we don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, all the flipping and going on, I get it. You got to I just want the kids to have every opportunity to make the right decision.
Right.
Because the coaches are really pushing you to sign the first sign day. If they don't, they pretty much threaten you and say, hey, if you don't sign, we're going to call Booby Wins to come in.
True.
And we're going to take him. And he's slower than you, but he's actually productive enough. We're going to take him. So, everybody have their opinions and thoughts. That's just my thoughts on it. I like the February where you got time to really think about it. Do your 5 visits. Go on February and make that sign day. I'm going to Bowling Green University.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, just my opinion, but it worked because it's like 4 or 5 kids flip.
I've seen nothing like it this year.
No.
I mean, they've been flipping everywhere.
And it's going to get worse before it get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody going, I'm going to wait. Now, if you're a 5-star, you can do what you want to do. You can wait.
Right.
But if you're a 1-star, baby, you got problems. Commit.
But see, I seen someone post it on, actually, I think it was Curtis Blackwell, and he brought up the question of he had like a chart, and it showed the different schools and how many offers they had out there. One school had 400 offers to different kids, and we all know that you can't. They don't have that amount of scholarships, but at the same time, I get it. Because what happens, it's a business. And you got a KJ Hamler that said he's committed to you. He flips. I got to go to the next guy. So.
Well, first come, first serve.
Exactly.
So if Booby wins and ready to commit to Bowling Green, guess what? They're going to go to Booby nephew. They're going to get him to commit.
That's the whole point.
So it's a business now. So you got to know what you're talking about. You got to hope your parents is aware of what's going on.
Right.
If you don't, you got some mentors around you that can at least direct you, not make the decision for you, but at least give you some direction, some pros and cons in the university that you want to attend.
Right. Well,
but it's tough. It's tough.
Again, that's why it's important. And like I said, we got some young men in here. They're all college guys. They've been through the recruiting process. It's important. And we talked about it before, to have some people around you that understand the process, because this is one of the biggest decisions that your son can make at an 18-year-old, 17-year-old. This is a lifelong decision. So once they leave that university 4 or 5 years later, they may meet their wife on campus. They may work for the school, what have you. This is a major decision. So
might be the head coach of that university.
Exactly.
You might be that guy.
Exactly.
So it's a big decision to make, and then you want to make sure you live by what you do.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I love the recruiting game. I love how it goes down. I love talking to the kids about the decision. Never make the decision for them, but you give them the pros and cons of the decisions. Why you choose this over this. No matter where you go, they're going to be 9 receivers at your university.
No doubt.
You can't avoid that. It's going to be 22 DBs. It's your job to go in and do what? Compete.
Right.
Now, adversity creates success. So once you get there, you're going to deal with adversity. You're going to have to compete, and the rest take you to where? And then your chances of going to the NFL is going to be great.
And then a lot of kids, they look at who's in front of them, who's on the depth chart. Yeah. But you can't look at who's coming behind you.
No doubt, no doubt. And a lot of my prospects get upset because you told me, Coach, that you wasn't going to take another defensive back. Well, remember now, the coaches got to win the game, so they got to take 4 of you.
They got a mortgage they got to pay.
They got to pay a mortgage, and they got to pay a car note, and they got to give Booby $20. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we're taking the right prospects in our program to win the game.
Right.
And if they're going to take 6 DBs, so be it. You just got to be the best one there.
And they got to understand it's a business. They're looking out for their best interests. So if you're a young kid or you are a parent and you think it's about you,
no doubt about it. And we got to understand the love you're getting today, once you sign, you will not get that same love.
no doubt.
And I mean that. I need to repeat that again. The love that you're getting today when you are being recruited, you are not going to get that same love once you step on campus.
You're the best thing since apple pie.
Absolutely. So strap them high-top decades cleats on, and let's roll.
That's right.
You know, because I'm telling you, man, it's a different life. Now it's time to get paid because, remember, they brought you in to win games.
That's right.
So if you can't do what they ask of you, next man is up.
Find somebody else.
No doubt.
There's no loyalty.
No doubt about it. So we have some big-time names signed today. We're pretty happy. Jaron Mangan did sign with Colorado.
Seen that.
Goldsmith, X-Man.
Goldsmith. Colorado State.
Signed with Colorado State. Hey, ups to the Mangums and the Goldsmith. They are out playing, I can't remember where. I went, New Mexico?
It's in Mexico.
Mexico.
In Mexico.
They are playing in the new Hall of Fame bowl game.
Yes, they are.
All paid expenses.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
So they have started a new trend. Might be the new way out. I know it's All-American Bowl. Sorry, Eric, I know.
Eric Richards.
Yeah, but
right.
they're the All-American Bowl, and the Hall of Fame is stepping in, so some different changes now. So let's see how that works out for these guys.
I'm just glad for the kids because you work. I mean, again, we got KJ here. You work for this day, 4th, 5th grade.
No doubt.
No doubt. You dream about this. This is your dream, and all the work that goes into it. And that's the reason why we started the show again, so parents and kids can understand when we bring big-time athletes in, a lot of people don't see the grind that these kids put in.
No.
They just see number one at Penn State or on TV, but they don't see the stuff that these kids are doing behind when they're not on camera, when they're at home. They don't see when they drop a ball and the reactions from the fans or something happens on the sideline. You're not privy to all those things.
And that's not even, it's tough to be a college athlete because you still have so much stuff around you that's interfering for you to take that next step to the level. You have the females, you have life issues.
Class.
At Duquesne, where Kyron went, one of his friends had a real bad accident, and he passed away, and being on the same team, man, and things are tough, man. And you have to deal with that and still be productive on the football field.
Doubt.
And still be able to do the homework and be successful in life.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So you have to love the game, 1, 2, and you got to be able to deal with life as it comes.
Mm-hmm. So this is the reward,
Yes.
a temporary reward.
There's no doubt.
The day of signing day, you enjoy it.
Yes.
And then just like the NFL draft, you win, especially for the kids that start in January.
Oh, man.
You happy, you celebrate. But then after that, it's business.
And we spoke to Lance Dixon, Trey Mosley, Goldsmith, and
Hurd.
and Mangan and Rod Hurd.
Yep.
They are early commits. What does that mean? Early commits mean what? That means I'm going to school in January. I'm gonna be ready to play ball in the spring, and I'm planning on playing ball during the season. Mm-hmm. And it's disappointing, and I say this to a lot of my kids. Everybody want to go early. Why? Just because the next man went early. Man,
don't even know why they want to go early.
No, do your homework.
Right.
Figure out why you got to go early.
That's right.
And figure out, are you able to play? Will you play?
That's right.
Now, the university ain't going to put you in unless you're ready, but they're not going to bring you in unless you think you're ready as well. At least have a chance to compete for what? Not a starting job, or at least be in a rotation.
Right.
And that's the whole key. So you got to be willing, when you're going early, to do what? Burn your red shirt. You got to be willing to do that. So it's tough decision, and you can't do what everybody else do it because of the fact they're doing it. You do it because of the fact you want to do it.
No doubt.
And this is why I'm doing it, because I want to get drafted in 4 years, or I want to get my master's in 3, or my degree in 3.
That's right.
So we got to figure out why we're doing it. You just can't do it because
everybody else is doing it.
Booby is doing it. No, Booby gonna do it because he want to do it.
That's right.
Booby running 4-1. That's why he can do it.
Yeah. Well, here let's do this because we want to get the guys in. I know they ready to get in and join the conversation. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring all these great young men in and let them share in the conversation. So, with that being said, this is Derek Denham. You'll be right back with the Prep Stars Football Report. Welcome back to the Prep Stars Football Report. I'm your host, Derek Denham. And again, I got my man, Mr. Reggie Booby Wins, in the house with me.
Bang, bang.
Before we went to break, we were talking about recruiting and, some of the challenges with today being signing day. But we got some young men in here that's been through the process. They're all here from the state of Michigan. And what I want to do is I want to go around the table and have you guys introduce yourselves, starting with you, big fella.
My name's Joshua Mosley. I went to Orchard Lake St. Mary's class of 2017. Currently go to Bowling Green State University.
What position?
Walking on the football team.
Okay.
Yep.
KJ Hamler from Pontiac, Michigan. I went to IMG Academy in Florida, and I'm currently at Penn State University. I play wide receiver.
Okay.
My name is Sherman Dabney, also known as Sai. I'm from Pontiac, Michigan, Yaktown.
Yaktown.
Went to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Currently going to Bowling Green State University for cornerback.
Cool.
My name is Kyron Cunningham. I went to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I'm from Jackson, Michigan. I play running back.
Cool. What's up, fellas?
What college you go to?
I go to Duquesne right now.
Oh, Duquesne. You got Duquesne's Coach Farrison.
He out there with me.
And Pitt.
So how you guys doing, man?
We good.
Y'all good?
Y'all straight.
Man, loosen up, man. Y'all on the air. Don't get shot now. Y'all been lying. You been joking the whole time.
I ain't the one being shot. That's good.
Yeah, right.
You know how I get. You know I'm gonna cut up.
You know we are airing where everybody around the world can see you and listen to you. So I know you used to be in prime time. So hey, here we go. But we glad to have everybody here with us tonight. Obviously, we got KJ here, who's family to me and Mr. Booby Win. Started with us with Playmaker U.
The U.
And glad to have all you brothers here, man. So let's start with you, big fella. What's going on with you at school, man? How's it going for you?
School's been great. I enrolled at Duquesne in the summer. I finished the semester in the summer, and then I finished this one coming up. So I just finished with finals, but I played 5 games. I ended up starting the 5th, and I broke my ankle. So I've been out just doing physical therapy now, trying to get better.
What's been the biggest transition from high school to college for you?
Probably just being organized, just knowing what
Time
you got to do
managed.
each and every day. You got to get up, you got to go to class, you got to lift, you got to do certain stuff, study hall. So just being on top of your stuff for real.
Okay. And Reg, I'll let you.
Dabney,
Yes, sir.
how's that transition from high school to college going
For you.
in terms of football?
It's going pretty well right now. At first, it played a big part of my life, just trying to get used to everything that was going on, because you go from being at home all day with your family right after school or practice, and then you go from going into college where you're free. You don't have nobody tell you when to be home at night.
right.
You don't have anybody telling you what to do, not go to class or not to go to class. You don't have that going on. So I think that was the biggest part, transition-wise, off the field. And then on the field, I would say like probably just like work ethic, your time management, like going on the field, doing work by yourself or with your teammates and stuff like that was pretty important.
Good.
What about you, KJ? What's been the biggest transition for you?
Probably just like Sai said, just getting to be organized more. You know, you on your own. You don't got your mom or dad telling you what to do. So like that was probably a big part of my transition to college. Just I'm coming in. I'm 17 years old. I early enrolled. I'm 17. I don't know what to do.
But you had a little advantage because you went to IMG.
Yeah,
and you were away.
Yeah, IMG prepared me for that, but it's just still like, I was away, from family my senior year till now. But schooling was way different. You don't. It's not really so much like memorization now. You actually gotta put things together, put two and two together. You actually gotta know the stuff. So that's probably one of my biggest struggles. But in college, you got all the tools. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't fail nothing.
And what about the fact that, again, you had different dynamics. You hadn't played football in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was some questions in your head, concerns coming off a major injury.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to conceptualize that whole piece and adapt to college life.
Yeah, so it's like when I came in, I'm expecting to play. They told me to play.
We know. Right.
Y'all know the story. Y'all
yes,
know how
we
that
do.
Go. But I came in, to get my rehab. But I wasn't really back to myself come fall camp my freshman year, so I redshirted.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually redshirting wasn't as bad as I thought it was in my mind at the time. I didn't take it the right way.
No, you didn't.
I didn't take it the right way where I should have. Redshirt ain't always bad. It actually just prepared my mind mentally just for the next year. It sucked because I sat out for 2 years of football,
right.
and everybody know me like.
You ready to go?
Right, we ready to go. You know where we from.
Yep.
You know how
Kept
we
you
rock.
hungry.
Yeah.
Kept you hungry.
Yeah. So.
What about you, Mr. Mosley?
Transition from high school to college was just basically being responsible for your own actions. Like everything you do, whether it's school-wise or on the field or whatever, it's you got to know what you got to do first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? School, you got to handle your business. Just being on top of your work, studying, getting your tests done, getting your homework done first.
Right.
All that other stuff can wait.
Got you.
Now, for everybody out there, Mosley used to be a little puny little runt. Hey, he walked in here. I looked at him twice. Like he about 6'2", 6'3" almost, man.
6'2",
Wear them little snuggy pants in, tight around the ankle. That might make boost up a couple inches on the side, But I remember he played corner. I'm like, man, this dude little, man, he puny.
Yeah.
Man, hey, guys out there, he about 6'2" for real, eating chicken nuggets for real.
At me.
So KJ, for your
sir.
St. Mary's family out there, can we explain to them why we chose IMG?
The reason it was honestly probably the most hardest decision I've ever made. Like, we coming off of 2 state championships, back-to-back in football and track. And I told my dad, like, I didn't want to leave that. I didn't want to leave my boys at all. But, basically I went down there just to get a better feel, just to get ready, prepare for college, school-wise, get the training that I need to, and just face different competition. You know, Catholic League, something crazy though.
It's
you
tough, right?
Yeah, Catholic League tough, but it's just like when you going around. IMG, you from Florida, you going to Florida, you going to Cali, Texas, Georgia. You traveling, like, so it's actually like a college team. So I didn't leave because I wanted to leave just for the best of me. You know, it was hard telling Coach Port that, but at the end of the day, like, you gotta care about yourself.
It's business.
It's business. It's always business. It's gonna be business. It's gonna be business in life and
No
in
doubt.
college. So
No doubt. So it wasn't no animosity. We
No.
just clearing all this up now.
Yeah, no,
wasn't no
not at all.
animosity. You still got love for St. Mary's and things like that. But
I still go up there, especially when we were still in high school and I would come home from IMG. I'd come up there see Kyron, Cy, Mose, and them all the time.
Right.
So and see some of the coaches too. So it's never no hard feelings.
well, let's switch it around. So when he left, what was your thoughts?
I didn't believe it at first
Mr.
when he told
Cunningham.
me he was leaving, but I mean, I understood why he was leaving. Better competition, prepared for college, and
Right.
I mean, I understood it, but just other people at the school took it differently.
Yeah.
And just thought that he was running from this, running from that. But I knew because I'm close with him, so
No doubt.
I just knew why he was leaving and what he had to do.
And let me just say this: take it as a compliment, because if people would have said, wouldn't have had an issue with you leaving,
right?
That tells you something. You know, when you're a hot commodity or a valuable commodity, people are going to be upset about it.
Right.
You know.
Well, and not just be a valuable commodity, just because you make a different decision,
right?
And they still gonna give you that whammy on your face because why did you leave?
Yeah, yeah.
So no matter what you are, somebody gonna have some negative.
Oh, no
stuff to
doubt.
say.
There's no doubt about it. But they'll get over it.
No doubt.
They
No
have to
doubt.
get over it.
'Cause
And
your life.
it's business.
It's your
You-
life.
You know, and it's no different if a kid is in college and he wants to transfer. People make a big deal out of it. But when a coach leave, they don't make a big deal out of it.
And they still went to go win on the third state championship without me.
I know. How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that?
I was hurt because I'm like, dang, like I left this. But I still came to the game and supported. So that's all that mattered. Them still my boys.
No doubt.
To the death.
No doubt. No doubt.
To the grave.
No doubt.
And
no
the
doubt.
crazy part about it, they all still here.
Right.
They all walk in.
And they
like,
still
They're
rock
here.
with me. And they still rock with me.
And that's what it's all about. It's the relationships that you form. Reg, and not to tell our age, but we played against each other in high school. You know, we still here. So this is what it's all about, guys. I mean, even your college guys, you're gonna know these guys for the rest of your life. These are relationships that's gonna be there. And so
No doubt.
this is what it's really all about.
I need to know this, and you guys got to help me out. Explain to me whether you're happy about it or the 2 signing day periods. Is it beneficial to you guys? I mean, because I mean, you had it. Didn't you have 2 signing days, KJs? You had it.
No,
you didn't have
our
it.
Class,
so
class
none of
didn't
you
have
guys had it.
Except one.
I had it.
What if you had it? You had it, but what if you didn't have it? I mean, explain to me what you guys like about it, what you don't like about it.
Kyron.
I think that I like just about how you could just finish up your class and then just leave and just do what you got to do in college and just get out and do what you got to do, start your college life. But I think what I don't like about it is just probably not just living out the full potential of, like, your senior year, like graduating, doing like the last things with the people you got to do.
You
stuff
can't go to
with,
prom, none of
No,
that.
you talking about leaving early. No, I mean, if you sign early, I mean, you can leave early. You don't have to leave early. You can sign early. You still can stay.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I don't know. If you leave early, that's what I was saying. But signing early, I don't know. I feel like a lot of kids might be persuaded or just intimidated by the fact that
No doubt.
I got to sign this day, I got to sign this day. But you could just chill out and then just wait. See what come to you in February. See if you still rocking with it or not. Take the 5 visits and just be straight.
Right. Because it's like you take them, if you just commit. Like, I understand some people commit just because it's their dream school or something like that. But at the same time, like, Oregon was my dream school.
That we know, yes.
Y'all knew I wanted Oregon for the longest.
No doubt.
I remember when you got it too.
Right,
It
you
was
remember
like,
when I
yeah,
got it.
I remember that.
You remember when I got it. I was happy, you know, wearing the gloves, everything.
Right.
And then
Saw the
when I
pictures.
went, right, the jerseys, the swag, all that. But like when I went down there, it's like it's not what I expected. You know, the football is what I expected, but just like the environment is like not what I expected. Because, you know, you got to look at all them aspects, you know, environment, the team, the chemistry, and stuff like that. So, like, when I got down, I'm like, man, I don't think this is it.
What about, and again, we here in Michigan, so I'm going to get the bear out the room. Michigan State. How hard was that to tell Coach Samuel that he was going to Penn State?
You see, that's a crazy story because I was hopping on the plane to Penn State for my official. And I called him. I told him, I was like, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to be a Spartan. And I overthought it. Like, I thought about it for, like, a couple more months. And then I had to call him and let him know. Like, I had to call him off rip and let him know first because I respect the man.
No doubt.
You know, we still keep in contact to this day. You know, like, I'm going to Penn State. You know, I just want you to know that first. It was hard, but he got to respect it. You know, it's all business.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt.
but if you had the 2 signing days, you'd have been you had a problem. You would have had a problem because they're going to force you to sign this first day, this first signing period, because they won't.
Michigan State will.
Michigan State would be upset with you.
Right.
So now it would have forced you to do what? Make a quick decision.
Well, I was committed for 2 years silently.
I understand that, but I'm saying, but you still take a visit, so technically you're not really committed. But what I'm saying to you, if they had these 2 signing days, man, it'd stress you out.
Oh, man, I ain't think about that.
I mean,
It
I'm right, though?
probably
It would have
was.
stressed you out.
Serious.
Okay. So now you had 2 months to do what? Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's pointless because you got so much time to think about. You got like so much time to make your decisions, write your pros and cons down about what schools you want to go to and stuff like that. Like that's what I did.
Right.
That's what we did.
Right.
So it's like, you know, you got all the time in the world. You know, that's one thing on your agenda you have to think about on the daily.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, like, once you, like, sign those papers, like, you signing your life away for, like, 4 to 5 years.
5 years.
And
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
And, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that, and they just sign it and just, okay, this is school I'm going to, but they don't realize all the stuff that comes with that. Like, once you sign, you're owned by that team.
No doubt.
You're
Like, there's
done.
there's
You're done. Once you sign that piece of paper, you're done.
What they say?
No matter how we try to tell you that going into it.
Somebody just said go blue on my live. I'm gonna go crazy.
and that's real
right
though.
now. That's factual.
What I want to do, guys, I want to open the phone lines.
Okay.
Y'all mind taking some calls?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Be ready now, because you never know what you might get.
No problem.
But anyway.
I don't have nothing.
Phone number for you all out there to call is 248-838-3661. 838-3661. Call. You can ask these brothers some questions. If you a kid in high school and you got aspirations of playing college football, here's your chance to ask some big time players about the process. And even if you're a parent, call in and ask your questions.
So please inform our listeners about your recruiting process and how difficult it was.
All right.
Dabney.
I got you. So it was pretty hard for me starting off because I got a lot of friends like KJ that took off pretty quickly. Josh, yeah, Ryan. I had a lot of friends that were Dwayne, Ralph. I got a lot of friends that go to a lot of big schools. They took off pretty quickly. And when you see your friends getting those big schools like that and just getting offered, and you look at yourself and you don't got anything.
I remember those calls.
It make you. It make you.
It's
so
crazy. You used to talk to me about this.
Blowing his phone up.
Right.
But no, you look at yourself and be like, what are you doing wrong? Were you not getting the?
Let's do this. Let's take a call. Hello, caller. Who we got on the
What's
line?
up? I was calling to ask the boys a question for the interview.
Okay, introduce yourself. What's your first name, last name?
It's Tyler McCray.
We'll say it again. Say it again for those.
Tyler
McCray. Tyler McCray.
Oh my God.
Big time.
What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man?
The tough boy.
UK.
You?
Good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thanks for calling the show. So,
Bowl
what's
game
your
talk. We talking
what's your
bowl game
question?
talk.
What's your question? And who you want to address it to?
I want to ask KJ a question.
I knew he.
Okay. Hey, do me a favor. After you answer the question, put your phone on mute for me. Okay. All right. Go
Put
ahead.
my phone on what?
On mute. After you ask your question, put your phone on mute because we can hear your background.
Okay.
So what you got, Tyler?
I was calling to see how prepared is he to go against the Kentucky Wildcats on January 1st.
KJ, how prepared are you to go against the Kentucky Wildcats?
Man, you know how I'm rocking. I'm K Glizzy with the
Hey, Glizzy.
Man, we've been preparing for them cool, you know, watching the defense. Well, I've been watching the defense, so you got to keep an eye on number 41, Josh Allen. That's that guy, and then my boy Bowden, number 1. You know, and then you got Tyler over there. I'm gonna smack him, so he better not. he better not even try me in this game. But it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited to see my play against one of my hometown boys for sure. So, Ty, I'm on you. I'm on your head. Got you.
Hey, thanks for your call, Ty. We appreciate you, man. So, I mean, with social media, guys, like I said, Reg and I, we didn't have that advantage of you guys know everybody. I mean, around the country. I mean, you interacting with guys, you know, from California, Texas, what have you. Now you get a chance to play against them. Talk a little bit about that dynamic, man, of, you know, you competing. Like you said, this guy called into the show to talk to you and talk about a upcoming game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably the most the most fun you can have in the game.
Okay.
Like you going against your boys like you grew up with, like 3 years old to college now. Like it just makes the game 10 times funner because y'all make a play, you brag on them. Hey, sugar. You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna have you explain that. We're gonna have you explain that when you put the 2 fingers up for those that don't know that too.
Yeah, so it's just like it's all fun, but it's all love at the end of the day. You know, you can talk all the trash you want, but you know, and he knows in the back of their head, it's all love.
Okay. What about you, Dabney?
I would say that, like, playing against, like, you know, like, I grew up with KJ since, we was 5.
Yeah, I ain't like Cy first. Cy used to beat me in races.
We used to race all the time, man. And then, I don't know, just growing up and, like, having that possibility to playing against them, like, on you know, the big stage at the college level is crazy. And he played receiver, I play DB, so you know we gonna be talking trash to each other at the game. But like at the end of the day, you are family, you feel me? And we know where we came from, and so it's all love at the end of the day, pretty much.
But see, and again, the difference for us, we hated each other. We was in high school, we hated each other. And let's go to the phone lines. We got another call. Caller, who we got? Just hung up.
Merry Christmas to you too.
If you out there, caller, you can call right back. But what I was saying is the difference for when the old heads, we played against each other. I literally, Booby wins. I want to take his head off.
That's how it was in practice.
But I'm saying even beyond the game. I mean, these guys playing across town. You know, Pontiac Northern.
Yeah.
But man, it was different.
But it was different. And I was the one knocking the head. I want y'all to understand that.
That's a long story. That's a whole other story.
Anybody out there from Pontiac Central back in 1985 to 86, shoot me a call in here and remind them head cracking time, baby.
Yeah.
But it was like that in practice, though.
Yeah, it's supposed to
I used to try to bully Mose on every day.
You guys,
come on now.
It's like the NBA now.
I'm just trying to get them to talk a little bit. Be quiet.
But it's like the NBA now. These guys are taking trips. They boys off. We wasn't like that, man. I mean, it was like.
Oh, we didn't give it a chance.
We trying to take. I mean, really. So now it's a different day. I mean, you guys are interacting. Y'all boys. You know, you cool with guys you play against. Mm-hmm. So it's just a different day, man.
Yeah, but after the game over, we can shake hand and break bread.
Right. That's
I
why
totally
between
agree.
those white lines,
oh man,
oh no, it's all business. We know what time it is.
It's all business.
Because like me, Shy, Kyron, and KJ, we grew up playing in the same league.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Lake Area, Rochester Red.
Kyron with the Redskins, me with the Lake Area Hawks.
Get in that.
And then Shy and KJ on the Pontiac Panthers.
Hold on. Pontiac Panthers used to body the Rochester Redskins and the Lake Area Hawks.
Not in 2011 now.
Y'all beat us because the age difference. Y'all was 13 when we was like 11, bro.
I think y'all had some 16-year-olds.
We supposed to be. And then next year when we figured it out, we were supposed to be on JV. And they was on varsity.
And then next year when we figured it out, what was the score, K?
Smack that. It was like 50-0.
31-12.
Drake Luke can get it.
Drake Luke.
Who else?
Who else?
I picked offside when he played quarterback.
Yeah. Side can throw though.
Exactly.
I made him look good.
Totally out of control, everybody.
Hey, look. So listen. All that is good and then that's funny. But you still not getting my list and nothing about this recruiting stuff. We got to help these guys make decisions. Because look, they ain't making no good decisions out there.
Let me put the phone number out there again. It's 248-838-3661. 248-838-3661. We're on Facebook Live. You can tweet. You can inbox your questions. And I'm sure these brothers will be more than happy to answer them.
I'm going to give you another question and you can help me out, KJ and Mosley. and Kyron, how do you make your decision? How can you tell this guy, what do you look for? You said something about it earlier. But how do you determine Penn State's the place for me?
Well, as y'all know, I was committed to Michigan State for 2 years. So, but it was just like, it was some trouble that happened there. I'm not going to say nothing, but, you know, it was involved some of my boys. Oh, we got a call.
You got a call, KJ. Hey, KJ, you do the honors.
Caller, what's your name? Just hung up again.
They just hung up again.
Just hung up again.
They playing. Hey, look, no playing on the phone,
hey,
guys.
Sugar, I'm K Glizzy.
Go ahead, KJ, with your answer.
But like I was saying, you know, I was committed for 2 years, but at the end of the day, you know, I think Penn State was just showing me that they wanted me more. At the end of the day, you know, they came down to Florida like five or six times, and then right after they visit me, they go see my mom and my dad in Michigan. And they catch a flight, you know. So
explain to me, tell them, because nobody know this.
Mm-hmm.
When you tore your ACL, who was at your bedside as soon as it happened?
Penn State.
Coach Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they was right there. Soon as I tore, soon as it happened in the game, they called my mom. Is he okay? Right. And my mom was crying, so she couldn't really explain, and she didn't know what happened at first because she was in the stands. But you know, they showed that they wanted me more. And
do you think? Because I know Michigan State, obviously they wanted you, and we all know the dynamics with that. Do you think they let up a little bit?
A little bit, because I already told them, like, I've been telling them for 2 years, like I'm.
So you felt like they kind of took it for granted?
A little bit, you know. I've been telling them for 2 years, like, I'm committed. I'm not announcing it yet, but I want to be a Spartan at the end of the day.
And normally Dan Antonio doesn't allow that, from what I hear. So I
Probably,
mean, you must have been a special case because
probably now, I don't know. Like, I got offered my freshman year.
Freshman year.
So like, I was probably the only freshman to get offered without any varsity film.
Especially for Michigan State, and
that's big.
And I had to get kudos to Blackwell to kind of push that.
No doubt.
Give him that. So, but
because I used to tell Reg and both of us, and you know KJ, we used to constantly tell them, hey, you're gonna be special.
Right.
You're gonna be special. And he finally, Blackwell, to his credit, because he was pushing for you, and then they finally offered you. So we wanted to happen even sooner.
I feel you.
You know, but
well, God working mysterious ways, and things happen for a reason. So, but I'm still, Kyron, I'm still trying to figure out, because Kyron had a different recruiting process, guys, and you guys, and you guys don't understand the story. I dealt with him, and I really had to pray to God to get strength to get him to understand this whole process. And you guys know Kyron, you know how stubborn he can be. And then once thing happened his way, if it doesn't go his way, he's still mad at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that one thing about Kyron, he's a great football player. And he did everything. Kentucky, talking about Kentucky, clean scale, watch Kyron run a 22, I want to say a 22-1 or 22-2.
At 2:30.
At 2:30. You know what I mean? So we knew Kyron could run. We just had to get people believing his
They didn't
ability.
want to believe it.
No, nobody wanted to believe it.
They didn't want to believe it at that size.
Until UK saw that. So, and he ended up had many offers and multi-offers, and a lot of guys has multi-offers. I know a lot of guys had multi-offers and lost them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the communication fails. Once you maintain offers, it's like you get a girlfriend. You can hang out with her and walk her to class, but you ain't talking to her every day. I'm sure Dabby gonna talk to her because she's attractive.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So we have to have that same mindset when we're doing recruiting. You have to continue communicating to the 5 schools that you stay interested. You can't take all 10 of them, but you pick 5 and you communicate to them guys, because your one choice may not be their second or third choice, but we have to communicate. And I said just to say this because Kyron been through, he had all the MACs, he had all the schools, and he took a little break, and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Yes, you are. You're going to take one of these Division I AA programs and go. And he know he was better than some Division I AA program, but God make things happen for a reason. Mm-hmm. He gets Duquesne, and he started as a freshman. Now, not just as a freshman, and I got to put this out here because it's amazing the stuff that he done. He went to Duquesne. He walked on campus. Ask him how much he weighed.
How much you weigh, Kyle?
When I walked on that campus, I was
250.
I was like 267.
What?
I had gained a lot of weight.
We ain't never seen Kai this big ever.
Yeah.
I was never that big, but then I had to put in the work, and I ended up losing like 20 pounds. So I'm like 240, 244, 245 right now.
And then, like, at the end of the day, anywhere you go, as long as you ball, people gonna notice.
No
no
doubt
doubt
about
about
it.
So it
No
don't matter
doubt.
Bowling Green, it don't matter D2, D1 AA, and a lot of people in the NFL and came from D2.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
sir.
Stuff like that. So it's really anywhere you go, as long as you ball, your name, somebody gonna find out.
And no doubt about it. But I mean, what you're looking for is the opportunity to prove the people that offer you that did not take you.
Yeah,
You prove them wrong.
Right.
So that hunger and edge should be there every time. So what I'm saying to our listeners, you have to communicate at least to 5 universities that you're interested in going to if you have 5 or more offers. All right, because what's going to happen, you're going to talk to Halle Berry and Kim Kardashian, but she might not like you. She might stop talking to you and go talk to your friend. So that 5 goes to 4.
That's how we used to refer to it as talking to girls, getting offers,
That's
talking
how
to
it works.
schools. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it was for O State, but now I'm about to ball on them like I did this shit. O State, I'm on your head. All right, period.
Is that
Simple.
Ohio State we talking about?
Ohio State, I'm
Okay.
on their head.
On their
I don't
head.
care. I don't care about your fans out there. My little brother a fan. I'm on. He knows. He knows.
So we got to make sure we communicate through media and media or social media to get these guys to understand how this process works, because you guys been through the process. And the reason we brought you here is kind of share a lot of information about your recruiting process,
Right.
and educate our listeners about this process. Because again, none of you guys, and you did the two signing days, and you didn't do it. And just imagine if you have done it. It'd been a stressful process for
Correct.
you.
Correct.
It really have been.
It probably would have been more confusing.
And more
Yeah.
confusing because I'm explaining
Because
to
your
you.
dad, your Tommy really wanted you to go to Michigan State, correct?
Yeah, he wanted me to stay home.
Yeah.
He wanted me to stay home.
And then
you
Tanya.
know she nonchalant. She don't care.
Yeah. Let me say this.
As long as she can see me play.
I agree with you on that. She wanted what was best for you, but at the same time, that's you mama's baby now, and I know she'd have loved for you to been home too.
Yeah, a little bit. Everybody's
You know
mom
what I
does.
mean? Hell, I wanted you to stay home.
Everybody's
just
mom does.
from a
Auntie Dabney, right,
from a selfish standpoint.
Auntie Mom.
You know,
Hey.
we all selfish in our own little ways, but it worked out for you.
I've been down to 2 games. The Penn State. I've been to Bowling Green. My broke knee kid didn't play. I went down to Duquesne.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I've been down to Duquesne. My other kid didn't come because he already ate breakfast, so he didn't want to eat breakfast with me again. So I've been down there, and I'm going to try to travel again every year to at least every site where my baby is at, and just hang out and give you that word of encouragement, because you guys know how tough it is to go to school and deal with the negativity around you, media, social media, the people that love you today and tomorrow and hate you tomorrow, you know what I mean? So it was a tough process, so I try to come down there and break that monotony up, and it's tough. It's tough, but I wouldn't have had it no different, because God bless you guys with the opportunity to play on that Division I level. And what you do with it is what you do with it. I don't want to hear one of you guys come back and say, Coach wins, the coach don't like me. It's never been said that. If you're giving 120% effort every play, every day, he would never say such things to you at all.
Here's what I want to do, and I'm going to pose this question to each one of you guys. What's been the toughest as far as your fan base? And KJ, I know you play at Penn State. They following every move you make. When we come back from break, I want you guys to think about that as far as the fans, expectations. I want you to think about that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back with the Prep Stars Football Report. Welcome back to the Prep Stars Football Report. Before we went to break, I was asking all of our young men in the studio, as far as their different fan bases, what's been the toughest piece of deal as it relates to them, dealing with the fans, the expectations on the field, off the field? What's been the hardest part about that? And I'll start with you, Dabney.
To me, I think I don't think a lot of people know that the fans are they're gonna love you and they're gonna hate you.
Boom.
And like that's something you just can't control. But as a football player, I realized that, and that I realized also that the closest people you got is your family, your coaches, and your teammates, because they always gonna be there for you because they understand what you're really going through. And I feel like a lot of these fans never play football in their life. Some of them haven't. And they try to judge from the outside world, and they can't do that because they haven't lived in your shoes, and they don't know what you're really going through.
Right. Okay. What about you, big fella?
To be honest, I'm at an FCS school, so we really don't get too many fans. But
you still have people, classmates. They know you play football.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like I just really don't care, because if I'm on the field, it don't matter if it's 100 people in the stands, if it's 1,000 people in the stands, I'm gonna just go out there and do whatever I gotta do, get a win. So I guess it don't really pay no mind to me or what the fans are doing, what they're saying, because they either there or they not. So
they gonna either ride or die either way.
I mean, I know that's what they do. They gonna love you when you up, but they gonna hate you when you down. So
it's true.
And to piggyback off what Kyron said, they gonna love you when you up. They gonna hate you when you down. Like Bowling Green, they've been doing too hot these past 2 seasons. You know, so fans in school, I'm in class. Bowling Green football sucks. Like, what are they doing? But like in class, even professors, professors talking.
They caught
down
up
on
in
the
it.
team, talking down the team. Yeah. Like, what's going on? Like, ain't no love.
But you know what? You got to embrace that, because
definitely
people are paying attention to you, and it's when they stop paying attention to you that's when you got problems.
That's true.
KJ, what about you?
To piggyback off that, like, fans don't really love you. They just love to see, like, they just love because you entertaining them. Like, you on the field, like, you're their entertainment. Like, you're making big plays or something like that. Like, for me, I kind of blew up a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I kind of blew up a little bit.
Just a little
bit. It's like people just, I'm walking to class. They stop me. I'm on a little electric scooter. I don't like walking to class. So I got to get the scooter because my class would be far. But, they stop me on the scooter. Can I get a pic? Can I get a picture? Stuff like that. So it's like, it's cool at the moment,
right?
But at some time it get annoying. Like you in your eyes, like I didn't do nothing yet. Like I didn't reach my full potential yet. Like I know I can do so much more. But it gets annoying at sometimes, but it's cool sometimes. But then at the end of the day, like these fans still don't love you, because I got people. I hear people talking crap about my people, like my the receivers that's in my room. I'm like, you don't even know what he's going through, or what's going on in his life to be, him not being himself or playing like he's supposed to play.
Right.
Like I hear that all the time.
It's no different in high school. I remember when you transferred to IMG, how many negativity people said so many negative things about you.
It was crazy.
And you didn't make.
It was a newspaper article.
You didn't make the decision because you're not paying the bill.
Right. We got stopped every day going to class talking about why he leaving, why he
different
leaving,
teachers, all that type of stuff.
Teachers, you a grown man.
Trying to find out.
Parents, grown people,
because at the end of the day, I told them first. I told my boys first, like,
no doubt,
like I'm leaving. Like besides my parents, I told them.
Look,
first.
I told them not to, but yeah.
Cause if they really rocking with me, if they want to know what's best for me, like they would say do it.
Right.
It's gonna hurt at the end of the day because I'm leaving something behind that we could have finished all together.
True.
But at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for yourself.
That's no doubt. No doubt about that.
I tell that to them every day.
No doubt.
Like we say it to each other. Like we brothers for life, to the grave.
Right.
But you gotta care for yourself at the end of the day.
Right. I think fans, and it's short for fanatics. I think Prince once said that, and people get caught up. People love football. They love basketball. It's no different when LeBron James left Cleveland the first time. They burned his jersey. Then when he came back
a fan.
Man,
all was well, right?
I wish I had it again.
Hold on, didn't y'all take away my jersey for that year when I left?
Yep. Nobody could wear number 1.
Yeah, nobody wore 1.
Whoa,
yeah.
really?
I bet y'all didn't know that.
Yeah.
We did know that.
Nobody can win.
What was the?
I would have worn it. Just
Give us a story. Give us. Give us a scoop on that. Let's hear that.
I remember it because we was that next season, my last year. You know, they was giving up jerseys and what numbers that I wanted. Everybody wanted, and somebody had walked up to one of the coaches and was like, "Yeah, let me get number 1." He was like, "Oh yeah, number 1 not getting worn this year." We were like, "Whoa."
Like it was almost a little resentment to that number or something, like, you know?
Like they had some
resentment.
yeah. Okay.
And then they told me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like, so nobody's wearing the jersey that I wore because I left? And they're like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy.
It was a weird situation, though, because they was mad he left, but then they wanted to just have a jersey. They didn't want nobody to wear it, but you still mad he left. Like, that don't make sense.
Right, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think my thought was, thinking behind it is that, well, we don't need one to win another championship.
Exactly. And look what they did.
It's one of the championships.
Yeah, they did.
We
would have loved to have my boy for sure.
We had about 8 D1 kids, but I mean,
that year was scary though. We almost didn't even make the playoffs.
We had to really come together at that point for sure.
We
And
still
you saved them.
Yeah.
And I'm
Last
talking.
minute.
I still got that video on my phone.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I was going
Mr.
crazy.
Kyron Cunningham. Yeah, you saved them.
I was going crazy in the stands.
So you were there rooting.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
I had to be.
there.
Like I said earlier, look at it. It's always two ways to look at different things. Again, if you were a coach, and I'm being devil's advocate right now, Tanya, I know you out there listening. When you got a great player and he leaves, it's going to hurt. I don't care who you are. It's going to hurt because you know that's your go-to guy. And, I mean, I think anybody be hurt by that. But at the same time, you got to get over it. And I think that's where the disconnect was. Hey, if you got love for this guy, hey, you hate to see him leave, but guess what? Sometimes you got to let those little birdies spread their wings, as they say. And that's what you had to do in that particular instance. Grow up. So I just wanted to know the expectations from fans because you play, because they see you on TV. I mean, now we're in a social media age. You guys are friends with some of your fans. You know, I see the little girls doing videos to KJ and, you know, things like because they think they know you. You know,
that's how all of them. You know, I got people texting my mom, asking, "Oh, do you know where's KJ at? So I can drop off this basket of cookies."
Yeah,
like asking for my address.
Right.
Like what?
I know.
Like we're not tight like that.
Yeah.
Like I might say hi to you on a regular basis when I see you.
Right.
But no, I don't know you. You don't know. You don't know nothing about
but that
me.
goes into that fandom. It goes into the fandom.
Yeah, you know I love the cookies.
It's no different if you were
Watch yourself now.
a singer, a rapper. You know, guys that you know y'all like different people, different entertainers.
Well,
you
and playing on that level,
right?
You owe it to the fans to give them that much utmost respect.
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Because let's be honest, they make you what you are to a little bit to a point because they're gonna brag on you.
Oh yeah.
So you got to keep them fans in your corner.
Yeah.
You got to root with them. You got to hang out.
You
with
keep
them.
them in perspective.
And you keep them in perspective, but you know, enjoy the process and be respectful,
Right.
and be careful. You know, because that's what the fans do. They love to.
That's where the money come from.
Yeah.
There's
But
no
yeah,
doubt.
Like
Come on now.
the fans they gonna brag about you. They gonna hate you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
They gonna love
I'm gonna step. I'm gonna do my thing regardless.
So the 2-2. What's that all about? Would you put the 2 fingers up?
Oh, the Hey Sugar?
Yeah. What's that all about?
All right, so basically the Hey Sugar is like, so me and my boys talk in the locker room like we owe, like, oh, how would your uncle, how would your grandma talk to you? Like, hey baby,
Sugar, I know.
like, hey pumpkin, you know. So
Hey, baby.
I don't know. We was always saying Hey Sugar. I was always saying Hey Sugar, and I just roll with it. And then come pit game, fans talking crap in the stands. KJ, you suck. Da da da. I'm like, all right, cool. And I scored 2 that game.
Right.
And on my first touchdown, I just threw it up. And I was like, bye, like get out of here.
All right.
And then at halftime, they talk about your good catch, KJ. What? You're on the other team talking about good catch, good touchdown. They don't talk to me. So it's like
I busted them boys.
yeah, it had to.
I got to ask this question. 2 years in college, right? Sophomore, freshman,
Yeah.
sophomore,
Yes, sir.
Sophomore.
sophomore. Who's the best player y'all seen play
In high school?
In college. In college.
I was about to say high school.
We'll start with you, Kyron. Go
in
ahead.
college, you played.
Like, are you talking about played
Like,
against?
in
Or
my
Played
conference?
against.
Played against.
Played
You
against.
got some
Played
stud
against.
buff in your league who you played against. Who you played against this season?
And we talking to Kyron Cunningham. I want people to know
From Duquesne University.
if they're just
So
listening.
you want to know the people in my conference who I've played
Who the
against?
best you've seen since you've been in college? Prospect. It might be in your team.
I would say the best prospect would be either our receiver or our running back. Number one, Nahari Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be going to the league next year. And then we got a running back in front of me. His name A.J. Hines. He rushed for
I remember AJ
1,500 yards 2 or 3 years in a row.
Okay.
So I would say them the two best college players in our league right now.
What about you, Dabney?
I would say, well, first let me get this out the air because, this is my dog since day one. So when I couldn't play, you feel me? I was telling everybody in my school, KJ finna take off.
Man,
Y'all just got to
bro.
watch.
Right.
And everybody talking about, who you talking about?
I
Who you
got
talking
s-
about?
bro,
I'm showing them high school highlights like, bro, just
I
stay tuned. I'm
swear,
trying to tell,
bro, you know what I'm about to say, too.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what I'm
tell
about to
y'all.
say.
But besides him, in my conference and stuff like that, I would say Andrew Clare. He's a starting running back at my school right now, Bowling Green.
He's
like-
nice.
He's like
He's
third,
nice.
like third in the country right now.
He's nice.
And like, his last year he was third in the country. Is like true freshman running backs, and he's been consistent. I think he's still like in the same spot, going into like the end of this year. So he's really good.
So you
really
play
good
against
guy.
Toledo, Central, and that Toledo receiver wasn't cold like that?
Oh no, he was nice, but he was
He
nice.
ain't trying to get no
I'm
props.
not. I'm gonna give him. I'm giving. No, he was nice. He was nice. He was nice. But I'm just saying, as far as like build and just like technique wise, and have the game like mentally locked down.
As a freshman? Wow.
As
that's
a
huge.
freshman, he was solid.
Wow. What about you, KJ?
Don't say yourself.
I ain't gonna say myself. 'Cause, oh my God,
It got to be Barkley.
it got to be Saquon.
Yeah, gotta say
Your own teammate.
It got to be 2-6.
Yeah.
I've just like
I was
the
gonna be
things he do, and just like, and you see like his work ethic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you would never expect him to do things like he does, like jump over people, dive over people,
Right.
run through somebody or juke you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you see him working out, like his body is cut up.
No doubt.
Like he look like Hercules, like an action figure. You know what I'm saying? Like he 6 foot 230, 233 running a 4.3.
What about a corner or a defensive guy?
Defensive guy that I've went against?
Yeah, so far.
And did you play against the game?
I would probably say I would probably say either Devin Bush or Chase Winovich from Michigan.
Okay.
Or Chase Young from Ohio State. The
I'm
DN.
glad you brought up Michigan.
Yeah, one of them two from it. Them boys can move. Just
Michigan.
to their position is
Okay.
crazy.
The corners. Lavert Hill, I know that's your guy. I know that's your guy. I know, from hometown. And then you had Mr. Long on the other side.
And Ambry.
Was it in Ambry? Yeah, there's your guys. And I'm not going to put you on the spot. But that defense that they ran, do you think it was more of the scheme or the guys that was in the scheme that, they had success against you guys a little bit that day?
Yeah, because we ain't expected to go that way. We prepared way more, for it to go that way. And we just compare things like how they played Ohio State and then how we played Ohio State. And dang, Ohio State, y'all got blown up by Ohio State.
Right.
And then we was right there with Ohio State.
Right.
We should have beat them.
No doubt.
I'm I don't know what we could have did different or, but at the end of the day, I was frustrated, because I'm going back home to play all of my boys.
These your guys.
I'm talking big crap.
Right.
I'm talking all day.
Right.
And we losing.
Yeah.
And I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, man, we just need one little spark.
Because you didn't want to come out the game.
No. And there's videos of me
Yes,
slamming
it
my
is.
helmet and stuff
Yes, it
like
is.
that. So,
But
I shouldn't.
but any
But that's-
competitor, and I'm gonna take up for you right now.
Yeah, but
Any competitor, if you're a true competitor, you want to play to the end.
Right, and then just me showing my emotion, I'm passionate. If you're not passionate, I wouldn't act like that if I wasn't passionate. I'm not trying to be no butthead, no nothing
doubt.
like that,
Right.
So whoever caught me on camera got me, yelling. It looked like I'm yelling with the coaches and
Right,
stuff like that.
right.
I'm like, no, that's not really how it went
Right.
for all of you who saw that video.
Naysayers, yes.
Right, all of you who saw that video. No, I was frustrated. Yeah, I was mad. Like, it shouldn't have went down like that. I could have probably handled it a little bit better, but I don't think I needed to handle it any better than I did.
Well, you caught up in the emotion, you caught up in the game. So
It's hard to be professional and be passionate. Now, professional mean not losing your cool and saying certain things.
Like, we trying
but
to be great.
When you're passionate, you're going to show what? Emotions.
no doubt.
So I'm hoping no one is taking that to heart.
Right.
Because I'm passionate what I do, and I may yell at you, but it's just a point of being passionate and maintaining professionalism.
Right.
And it's hard to because people see you for what you are, and not realizing you're only a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid.
That's the part that they miss. That's the part.
I wanted to say that I feel like a lot of fans like look at like the players like showing their emotion like that, like Odell Beckham, like throwing his helmet, having a temper tantrum and stuff like that. But notice that the coaches do that too. When they're yelling
True.
at you and stuff like that, that's their passion, that's their emotion for the game. You feel me?
This is your job. Like, you're paying your bills.
Yeah, you feel me? Okay, being professional, you got to have your composure, but we humans, you feel me? At the end of the day, we gonna show a little bit of emotion. We can't control that sometimes. That's just for the love of the game.
Let's Marcus Stokes asked a question. I want you guys to chime in, and it's to all you guys. How many camps did we do? How much training you do to be prepared for that next level? Because we did a lot of camps.
Oh man, we can't even.
Yeah,
I don't even think.
What?
Didn't you do? KJ, didn't you do the bus tour twice?
Once.
I did
Oh,
it
you did
once.
it once.
Did it
Yeah,
once.
Did you do it?
No,
I did it once, and
Did it
then
once.
Sundays,
I
and
had
then
football stuff.
But remember,
the
we
camps.
Yeah, and
I
remember,
don't even know.
And we're talking about. I think Mark wants to know even as a younger kid.
As a younger kid,
Yeah, I mean coming all the way up.
I got some stories.
we got some stories. Like me and Sai, like in playmakers, like we
Grinding.
third grade, like second grade, playing against high schoolers.
No doubt.
And can you explain that? Because that's what Rising the Stars actually town was built on, of my younger guys playing older guys. And we know your talent wasn't there, but what helped you out, your confidence became. Because you remember, you can tell the story, and you checking North Fleet, and you were checking Ramon Taylor out there, and they jamming them guys up, and they throwing you a little butt in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, it's just like I think it make you like it just make you confident in yourself where when you get on that field you don't fear.
You're not starstruck.
You don't fear anybody in front of you. Like I'm gonna do that to my kid one day.
Exactly.
I think everybody should if
Right.
they want to play a sport and they want to be the best at that sport.
That's
You're
right.
gonna have to play against the best. So why not when you're younger, go against older people that you probably gonna get whooped by, but you can learn the things like what you can learn from them or techniques to help you better, and then they gonna help you out at the end of the day too.
No doubt.
Because they trying to get you right.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, because I mean the camps. Talking about the camps.
Yeah,
How many camps we did?
That's what I was going to talk about. Because like looking back at the camps, like we used to go to so many. Sometimes like you just look at it as just like fun, but like at a young age, like going to those younger camps with that younger age group, it was just like fun. Like okay, you kind of knew like on your own that like you was better than like most of those kids, and we could just go out there and do that. But I remember looking back, me and KJ used to go to a camp, and we'll be like. It was like, all right, y'all got to go to y'all different age groups. And me and KJ be like, come on, bro, we about to go. We in the 5th grade. Me and KJ talking about, all right, we about to go with the 8th graders.
Right.
Come on, let's sneak over there. Let's go play with them.
Yeah.
Because we knew what level they was on, and we wanted that highest competition level that we could to test ourselves first and just see where we was at. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
What about you, Kyron? I mean,
I don't even remember the question.
Just the camps. I mean, camps,
me,
training. What's went into your success, man? I mean, how much work?
I think the most is just confidence because I wasn't fortunate enough to do Michigan Elite or 707, 8th grade, 7th grade, but to make up for that, I was running track. So I started running track in 6th grade, finished middle school in 8th grade. I was running. I was like 2nd in the county in the 200 and 3rd in the county in the 100. So I guess track for me was really the way of getting better for football, getting faster, like just doing everything I needed to do because I didn't play 7-on-7. But getting into high school, I had KJ, I had Josh Ross, Cy, I had Richie. Like I had older guys that I knew would get me right, and that's kind of where the success took off at.
Yeah, going against those guys in practice every day, like. I'm a wide receiver. I used to go against Cy in practice every day. You feel me? He had D1 caliber DB.
Right.
It was tough. You feel me? Going against Richard Barnes at Iowa State. It was tough.
That's right.
They get their good, reps. I get my good reps in. That's exactly how
you and Richie in the locker room first day of hitting.
Man,
I still got that video on my phone.
Yeah. Older guys definitely help. We had a lot of mentors growing up.
Tyson, Jay Watts.
Yeah, my brother, man, he used to bully me every day as a kid, just to make me tough.
That's how your daddy was.
Shy, me and you both, big dog.
Man, I used to go through it, but it was all for love.
So the camp circuit, you had to do the camps. You had to go out and do the camps. You had to do the FBU camps. You had to do different camps. Now, when you go to the camp and you think you're better than somebody and you don't get an offer, what you thinking?
I think honestly that was the hardest part for me with my whole recruiting process, because I would go to camps and I would just know that I was better than pretty much most of the kids. They're not even off being cocky, just know because of one-on-ones and position drills and this and that. Like, I would just know, but they would end up getting the offer, and I just had to just humble myself and just know that I'm going to get paid regardless of if it's not here, if it's not there. Like, I know I'm going to get paid because I'm confident in myself and what I've been doing on the field. So that was pretty much the hardest part for me, just watching other kids get offered. And my recruiting process never really took off for how I thought it was going to. So,
and I think that's why it was so important when we started Playmakers, because it gave you, and I'm talking to KJ now, the opportunity to compete against older guys that you may have even looked up to. I think we had people like Cavante Martin Mantley. Eric Wins, of course. Red Son. Brother, yes. DJ Lynch. Countless of other guys, man, that you had a chance to compete, which gave you a huge advantage. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because they was like big brothers to me, so being brought up around them just like made me tougher. You know, they had to rough me up a little bit, so they was my own big brothers that I never had.
There you go.
So they helped me out. That's why Devin Funch is my god brother today. You know, he's part of a lot of decisions I make.
Right.
You know, he helps me out on those things. He's one of the reasons I went to IMG.
Yes, sir.
If y'all don't know that, so flat out.
Yeah.
I mean, in order to be successful, you have to take your lump across your head and say, hey, we're not going to offer you Kyron, but we're going to offer this guy. And you got to give back. You still got to get his business card and do what? You still got to communicate to this guy. Because remember, the recruiting process you may offer him today. He may not have that offer tomorrow. So if you communicate with his coach and show him your film, he may rethink his whole thought process and might offer you.
That's right.
And that's what I was telling like Cy, like Mose, and Kyron, who they recruiting process didn't start off fast like mine or Josh Ross's did. I'm like, they was like asking me all types of questions like, "K, what you do? Like what do you do?" I'm like flat out, I send my film to every coach.
But even when I was doing that, it was just downhill for me. Like, I don't know. I was doing everything you said. Like, I was DMing coaches left and right, calling them, texting them, sending my film.
And then who I tell you to go to? Who I tell you to go to?
Oh, yeah, that's how I got with Reg.
Look, we are pointing for y'all that's just listening to Reggie Movie Wins over here.
That's how I got with Reg for real. And then we started doing camps and just balling out. So.
And here, camps are not all the end all.
No.
It's not.
No.
But what camps allow you to do, you have to do your part.
Yeah.
So if you know your strength is a 4.3, 4.4, he ran a 4.5, you ran a 4.5, you ran a 4.5, 4.6. If you know your strength and you run it, use it.
Right.
Use it. No, but you have to go to camps because of the fact you gotta get people to see you. Now what I help you guys with when we were at the camps, we never went nowhere unannounced.
Let them know they was coming.
We came there 100 deep.
Well, because I'm gonna say why.
In Detroit, and we used to take over.
I'm gonna give you an example. How many camps you went to just because you heard about it? And how many coaches talked to you?
You talking about when I went to the camp?
Yeah, so nobody knew you was coming. You went to a camp.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you've been to camps where you just like
freelance.
I don't think nobody know I'm here.
Go up there.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think nobody even know I'm here. They don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I mustn't do enough to get nobody attention. So what we used to do before we go to camp, I used to call every coach.
Yeah.
I used to create a roster like we did on Boss Tour and let them know that we was coming.
Yeah.
And here's all my babies we got coming. Here's their film. Here's their phone numbers and everything.
Right.
But when you get there, they don't know you. You got to make sure they know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we used to take out Chicago every year, the little Chicago
showcase.
showcase. We was in that thing every year.
Why? Hey,
taking over.
I understand this. Why did we do that?
Competition.
And guess who else was there? The writers.
No doubt.
The writers was a huge piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean, and he can tell you that because he blew up after that Chicago camp. He jumped on. He had some offers, but he jumped on the scene when he was going against
Jemias
and
Jemias Williams.
And what's the name from Michigan?
Levert.
Levert. Yeah.
Because now every writer got to see what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, so people like, Coach, man, I don't want to go to camp, man. There's too many kids there. It's never organized. There's 1,000 kids. Blah, 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 blah. The whole story. You know, I tell you guys, shut up crying and go out there and get your reps and see what happens.
Let's go. And I mean, I can just speak for KJ personally. You always wanted to compete. It didn't matter what. You always wanted to compete. Wherever we went, Michigan State camp. And the guys from Atlanta, Derek Tatum, and I know Derek is probably listening, and Jemias and all those guys, you wanted to compete. And you have another Hamler, and I hope he's listening, DJ. And this is something that, at Reggie's thing, and I'm trying to get him and other guys understand, when you behind the 8 ball a little bit, you trying to make a name for yourself, there's no time for days off. You got to work. Talk a little bit about that, KJ, because he wants to call and ask a question, but I think he a little timid right now.
Like I said, just starting from 8th grade, I really think my life has always been a business. I ain't never really went on no vacation. If it was a vacation, it was to a football camp out of the state. So it would have like an extra day, to spend or whatever like that. I've never had a vacation. So in the summer, I was in camps. During the season, playing football, or out of the season, I'm either training and going to camps or running track or playing lacrosse. So it's never been like no days off for me. Like a lot of people told me I didn't even know what an offer was when I first got it.
I remember
you remember that in Toledo when I called you?
I remember that too.
You know that? I'm like,
what happened?
I'm like, Booby. I'm like, Rez. They just said they offered me. What that mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? He's like, you start yelling at me. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I didn't know what that was, and then I started to get the hang of it, and then it just blew up from there.
But what do you say specifically to these guys that they feel like it's too much? It's I've worked 14, 15 days in a row.
It's, man, you just gotta grind regardless.
Right.
I'm from a city where a lot of people don't make it out.
No doubt.
We from that area, Detroit metro area, Pontiac, whatever. So we gotta give them a reason. Like nobody wants, like I said, I don't want to stay in Pontiac my whole life. So I don't want to stay in Pontiac his whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want to do bigger and better things. Like I'm trying to get my mama and dad into a better house.
No doubt.
So it's like either you eat or you gonna starve. So which one you gonna take?
That's right.
Which one you gonna take? Right, you eating regardless. So like you gotta do everything in your possible abilities to grind and get yourself where you need to be. Because if you're not working, somebody else working 10 times harder than you.
No doubt.
And to see somebody working harder than you just makes me mad. Like for example, Kyron came in as a freshman in high school. He was at St. Mary's. I was a sophomore, and he beat me in the 200. So I'm like, no, this freshman didn't just beat me.
He ain't talked to me for a week.
That's the difference.
I didn't talk to him for a week, and then Coach Port was bragging in my face. You got beat by a freshman.
He kept hyping it up.
He kept
hyping.
Right. He kept sizing. He kept sizing it. So I'm like, okay, every 200 me and Kyron ran, I don't care if we were the same team.
You trying to kill him.
You not beating me no more.
Man.
He ain't beat me no more.
That's the difference.
And then here comes Joshua Holloman.
Just jogging. I ain't never ever seen KJ get hawked like that, bro. That man was different though.
Yeah, Joshua, he's a different animal.
Well, Yeah, and it's
He
funny.
was
I just talked to
serious.
Josh. I just talked to Josh a couple of days ago. His
Yep.
brother's just as fast.
Yeah.
Josh ran a 4.13 at our camp. It was hand time.
Oh my God.
But Josh ran a electric time down in the Army combine. He ran a 4.2, 4.21 or 4.23 electric.
Right.
And he ran it for Nike. He ran a 4.2.
But I already knew he was like that when I seen him running. I knew he was like that because I remember watching the race. KJ was like probably like 5 to 10 feet in front of him. I'm like, oh, he got it in the bag. He just started chopping. I'm like, oh man, that was crazy.
I played with him. I used to play for Auburn Hill Makos. That's when I left y'all.
With the Holloman? Holloman? Okay.
Yeah, I was on JV and he was on varsity, but we used to have like little scrimmages where we used to go against varsity and just like watching him play or just going against him like personally. That man was different.
Yeah.
Josh Holloman, we talking about you.
Yes,
East
we
of
are.
Michigan.
Yes, we are.
He's running track now, indoor
Yep.
right now, and he played football
He
at
probably
University of
runs like a
Cincinnati.
9.7 or something.
They probably still
No.
got that picture because I was running and I couldn't tell who won. I remember I was running. I tried to see who won. I ain't never see it.
Here's my last question about recruiting. If you can change something from when you was out of high school recruiting to do different now, what would that be? What would you change to be in your recruiting process? What
I
would you
can't even
change?
say that on the mic.
We'll start with you, Mosley.
You should have some good ones.
Personally, for me, I
can't see
feel
it.
like it would be working with Reggie Wins a little more.
Wow.
To be honest, because, my recruiting process, it was slow. It was real slow. Late senior year. I'm talking about small Ohio schools, D2, D3, wanting to pick me up, run track, play
Right.
football type deal. But I ain't go there. I chose to go to Bowling Green, and I'm going to make it work.
Well, no doubt. You got to make your situation work.
Yep.
What about you, KJ?
That's hard because I don't even know because like I probably had all the schools I wanted. I'm not trying to brag it up, but like,
right.
I had 40, like 40 plus.
No
But
doubt.
how stressed you out was when we
That
had
was-
40 plus Arizona.
It was
Oh man,
just probably just breaking like all the schools down on pen and paper and pros and cons, like
and
you
start
know,
Xing
which,
them out.
which like like I'm looking at the environment, I'm looking at the type of offense they run. Like you said, kids look at it, they gonna get a chance to play, but at the end of the day, you just gotta work.
No doubt.
Like this year, I worked. I came from 2 years missing ball, red shirt freshman to starter.
No doubt.
So, I was freshman All-American this year. Hopefully, I can be a bigger All-American next year.
He said bigger All-American.
A bigger All-American. Oh, by the way, Mom said she don't need a big house. Just thought I'd tell you that real quick.
20-piece chicken nugget with you.
Well,
Shout out
she
TT.
She gonna be living with me. Her and Pops.
There it is.
So, but yeah, it's just like I don't think I would change anything. I think I only thing I probably wish I would have changed is taking all my visits, but I couldn't because of my ACL and I was early enrolling, so that kind of messed me up. But I'm telling you out there right now, if you're getting recruited by top schools, take all your visits, like just not because you just want to go to the school, because they're fun. Like they're fun to enjoy. You ain't never been to some of these places. Like just go and see what you like.
Right. There's a young man out there, Torrey Cohen. He Troy Athens. He's trying to find what position he's going to play, and I was just told that his coach has said receiver. So never played the position. What would be your best advice to him? He's a sophomore now. What would be your best advice to Mr. Cohen?
Go to Pinkley Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Go to Coach Pink.
You got to go to Pink because
Coach
I was a
Pink
running
get you
back.
right.
I was a running
Yes,
back.
you were.
Coming up through Little League, and Red said he gonna be a receiver, and Pink thought so. Like Pink thought I was gonna be a receiver too, so he started training me like a receiver.
Now, Reg, he and I always had this debate. What did he say? DB.
But
That's
I mean,
right.
I knew he was good at receiver, but receiver he didn't have to work at. DB worked at, and DB he was. Now you guys know you watch him play DB.
Oh no, no doubt, no
You watch him
doubt.
play DB.
No
I'm
doubt.
still trying to play it in college.
Watch him,
talked to
Tim
Coach
Banks.
Smith. I swear I talked
Watch
to
him, Coach
Smith.
Banks.
Hey, look.
Honestly, if you
Clamping
play
people in the
They don't know
championship
what
game.
we know.
They don't know.
Coach Banks, I mean, hey, that's my guy. Met him, came up.
No. Coach Banks knows.
Oh, does he know Reg?
Coach Banks know he know. But Coach Franklin like,
You know what I'm finna say.
Well, I mean, but that's the new wave of football.
Well,
now. You
it's
got
coming.
guys playing on both sides of the ball.
Let's worry about getting through the season.
Right.
Next year.
If I seen KJ Hamler playing cornerback at Penn State, I would not be surprised. I ain't even going to I was just keeping it a bit. Like, you played it? I hope so. Like,
Said, I hope so.
The way KJ breaks on the ball. I mean, and you guys played it. We don't want to make this KJ show right here, but it is what it is.
No.
So
the way he breaks on the ball was second to none.
I'll be better now, though.
But Kyron. Josh, Kyron. And so you guys didn't tell KJ told I want to know what you do different. What do you do different?
Honestly, I think
because I know you three should have more. You said, but you two should have a lot to say, especially you.
Honestly, if I'm being honest right now,
be straight up.
I think my freshman year I should have got with you more. I probably should have went to more camps. I definitely should have went to more camps. But if I could change something in high school, like football wise, I really don't think that I would change anything because I did everything I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to be all state, but that one thing that didn't happen. But everything that happened in high school, except where like my recruiting process was, everything that happened is something that I prepared myself for and I knew that I could do. So I don't think that I would really change anything.
I would change the fact that you said all state. We trying to be all American.
Now,
KJ, hold on. Before you say that, Reg, I just said this to a family member. And see, the way I always thought my process was, all state, that's cool.
Yeah.
But we thinking all American.
Yeah.
That's what we was aiming for. We was always in the lunchroom, Army All American, Under Armour
There
All
it is.
American.
There it is.
Let's go to an All American. Let's go to an Army Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't care. Because you know what? I played just to be great every play. But and that was different.
But that's the whole point.
I'm talking about for us though.
But that's the whole point.
But I just cared about being great every play. And matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. The reason I started Rising Stars and doing this, I didn't know the difference between Michigan and Grand Valley. I just wanted to go to school. I didn't know the difference between Division I and Division II.
Well, I guess what we're trying to say, Reg, is
it
was more so you don't want to set your standards or your goals low. You know what I mean? You don't want to say, and not trying to be cocky, but all state is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a privilege. But reach for the moon. If you fall and don't catch the star, you good.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, Junior, I just played hard every play because the love of the game.
Right.
I think one more thing though. I think because in high school we had, when I was playing with them, like we was winning championships, doing this, doing that. I think I done been at the highest level and played as best as I could, and then when they left, we went 2-7. Like I done been up there, I done been down there, and I think that I done learned stuff from being down at the bottom and up at the top, and that's like kind of just made me the person I am today. So I really wouldn't change nothing for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this, guys.
Go
ahead.
You got,
and this is Mr. Dabney. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sherman.
All right, cut it out. But anyways, I would say that probably the biggest thing I would change is going to camps a lot more. I did give Reggie Wins a lot. I could have a lot more. I could have went on about bus tours and stuff like that. But especially talking to the coaches before I arrived to the camp. I think that was probably my biggest thing, because I noticed that just going to camps, what Reggie Wynn said, if you go to a camp and nobody know who you are, it's gonna be hard to get noticed.
Right.
Unless you're going against some top guys that already are noticed,
right,
and you bullying them.
Right.
Which did happen, but it would help you out 10 times more if you had talked to that coach. And they knew.
Yeah.
All right, this guy's coming. Look out for him. And then you ball and do the same thing.
And let me cap it off, and then let go to the commercial.
Sure.
Hey, Reggie Wins is just a person that had a passion for what he do. You guys do the work. All I'm going to do is give you the process. And I was on Kyron Head 24/7 about social media, about media, how important it was to get recruited, to get people to see you. Out of sight, out of mind was my concept. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, nobody gonna do nothing for you.
That's right.
And so I'm not God. I didn't do anything special, but I know what I did do. I put you in a situation by making you go to camps, teaching you the process, so that I can really. When KJ had 15 offers, I passed him baton. What did he do? He didn't need me. He got on social media and sold himself.
That's right. That's right.
And all I did was get it to the proper people, the Alan Trues and the 247s and these guys, and got it out there. Nope, hey, the dad needs to do. Nope, I'm bringing Kentucky to watch Kyron run.
That's right.
Come on, see Mosley, bring some guys up to the school. I got some coaches come to the field. I set that up for you so that you can have an opportunity. I'm nothing special. I just love what I do. And you guys do what you do, and I'm going to make sure you get put in the right place. So
And we appreciate you.
I know that.
And then the common denominator is work.
Work. That's what. Because if you tell a coach you going to a camp, he gonna look out for you, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Then what's his point of looking for you?
Right.
Exactly. You gotta outwork that next guy.
And it's easy to sell that. It's easy to sell it to a coach at 240. You running a 4.5, and your footwork is phenomenal. What I do, I just put coach on game. This dude can roll.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna tell a coach you can't run and you can.
No,
run.
you can't.
I
can't do that.
So when I do, that relationship is built. So I tell coach from Ferris or coach from Michigan State, and I talked to coach today from Michigan State, and I say, hey, this kid can do this kid can do that, coach. I ain't gonna lie, this kid did me 8th grader, and they offer him today. And they're not because of me, but they're already planning. But I just kind of give that extra push.
Right.
So because my word is everything, and I want to make sure I continue doing that with all these coaches.
Yeah.
Remember they thought my highlight tape was sped up.
Yeah.
They ain't believe that
They ain't believe
was my
the
real
speed.
speed.
It was the same thing with Jonas Gray.
Because you were moving at 2:30.
Yeah. They don't want to believe.
That was unseen.
Bro, but still, bro,
Yeah.
you were big.
Yeah.
And for you, how young you were, you were big and you were moving.
Well, and then I'm gonna ask this question that coach.
We'll take a break. Yeah.
we gotta. How? Because all you guys. I know your mom. I know your mom. I know your mom, and I know your mom. How important was your mother in this recruiting process?
Man, pushed me all the way.
Shout out to moms.
Because I used to go home heated, and Pops is, you feel me? Pops gonna love you, and he gonna tell you, feel me? Pick your head up and push you.
Get back out there.
Yeah, but your mama, man, she the one that feel your emotions. I used to go home mad because I ain't have no offers, man. I got an argument with my brother. He used to be taunting me and stuff, talking about, yeah, KJ got all these offers. Where yours at?
Don't do that.
No, he used to do that though, for real. And I used to, you feel me? I used to go to practice trying to beat KJ. That was my goal.
Wow.
I used to compete with him. I got him a couple times. Sometimes he got me, but I used to go home heated because these the guys I used to compete with, and I couldn't produce. But your mama, man, and she understands what you've been going through, and she gonna always be there for you because that's your mom. You feel me?
But I think you want to go, Kai?
I mean, it's whatever.
Go ahead, whoever first. Go ahead, KJ.
I think it was I think it was the opposite for me.
Really?
I think it was my dad who he wanted me to go to Michigan State.
Right.
My mom was more like, you do what you need to do. You're a grown man. You gotta do what you want. I'm sending you off to school.
She prepared you.
She prepared me.
Right.
She finally made the choice on that. And my dad followed through with that too. But I think it was my dad more than my mom, because my dad wanted me to stay home, and I was like, I'm gonna stay home for you, Pop. But when I told him like I'm going to Penn State, he wasn't so much hurt, but he was like, dang.
Right.
He's like, but I respect it. He got to respect it.
And it's so funny knowing your parents. Obviously, I know your parents. I would have thought it'd been totally opposite with Tanya.
Well, if he went to Michigan State, we probably never went to the game because there ain't gonna be no tickets. Because
That's true.
Family, he got 99 people in his family, and we be
everybody there.
We'll
That's
never
true.
get this game.
That's true. Good point. But I mean, KJ still a lot of families at his games.
Not
now.
every game. I can pick the Appalachian States and go to those.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but when they get to them old states, Michigan,
it's a different story.
No, you sleep in the parking lot.
No doubt.
Sleep in the parking lot.
Watch it on TV.
Watch it on TV.
Well, let's do this real quick. Well, Mosley, go ahead. We're going to get you. We're going to go to a quick break.
Just like, wherever I was telling her, places I was thinking about going. And she was, supportive and stuff. But then when we got there, and then she seeing my reactions of me seeing the play, spending the night there and all that, and then coming back home, talking to her about it, she knew it was best for me, honestly. She did. She did. So she was the most pivotal role in my
love mama
going to school,
recruitment.
Enrollment. Yep, recruitment and all that.
Love mama.
I'm gonna comment on your mamas later. I let him finish it.
I want to say probably my mom was just the biggest supporter of me because like a year ago, like now I had no idea where I was gonna go. I didn't know what college I was gonna go to. I didn't know if I was gonna go D2, D1, D3.
Right.
Oh my God,
like
that's crazy.
I didn't know. Reds know, like we didn't know, but she was just in my head, just telling me like it's gonna work out, it's gonna work out. And then like a year now, like everything worked out. Like she was right. She was there the whole time.
I remember you was about to commit to Central Michigan.
I did too.
Yeah,
that was like the day after I got it.
That
Though.
was-
That was like my sophomore year. The day
That's
after
where
I
you
got
really.
it.
That's where you wanted to go though.
Now,
you was on that.
Now,
So
if what you guys don't know, Mosey mom, and I can tell this story. She was phenomenal. The older brother, how many brothers and sisters you got? You have 4, right?
2 brothers, 2 sisters. Yeah.
And she was a single mom at the time. And listen to me, she did everything. I'm talking about driving to camps, picking his brother up from Texas, flying his brother back from school, putting his brother in Michigan State. Sister was in school, and she was sick.
And still cook for us.
And what I'm saying to
Sacrifice.
you guys, your mom was your light of that in that tunnel.
Definitely.
Because I talked to her 4 hours and 45
minutes.
I'll
be in the car. With
I talked to her. So I know when I send your brother down to Texas, he's like, I don't want to come home. So I know. Kyron, I know the story with Kyron literally about, I don't know what I want to do. Well, I don't want to go visit Youngstown. I don't know what I'll do. Right. And Mama was pushing him. Boy, get up, let's go, let's do this. We got to go.
That's right.
So, and the same with Dad. Dad probably more his mom. Mom was always on Dad. Had Dad by the arm. It's gonna be okay, baby. It's gonna be. Daddy literally was the one that called me, almost in tears every night. I said, man, just stay patient, keep working, stay patient. Right. And everybody said, Coach Wins, keep calling me to come work out. I call me, you come to work out because I want you to compete, so you can stay hungry, so you can get what you ask. Mm-hmm. You know, and I talk to Dad every day. What we gotta do? Just keep working. It's coming. Patient, process, love it. Work, and it end up happening. And then go back to KJ mom. I mean, you know, that's 2 calls a day. That's breakfast, and, and that's bowling, and that's a lot of things that we did just to communicate about the process. And what Mama Hammer asked about, she asked about the process. So she became a recruiter herself. So she asked me 1,000,001 questions, and I gave her 1,000,005 answers, and she studied, and she studied, and she now probably can be his agent. No, I'm just teasing, Ty.
Tasha Mack, man.
I know.
Yeah, you just teasing, just teasing.
Did she own your other Twitter account?
My mom did own. I had 2 Twitters. I had a social media Twitter, and then I had a football Twitter. So she owned the
Oh, we
football
know.
Twitter. So she was talking to all the coaches for me and all
For
that.
you.
Well, and parents, and I said this before in the recruiting 101 class, is that social media is so important. So if you need to be KJ,
control that media.
Control it. Just talk, communicate, but make sure he's aware of what's going on. Because when he go talk to the coach and you said something to the coach and he like, hey, KJ, remember this? You're like, no.
Right.
And now some coaches do know he's talking to some parents because the words that you guys use.
Right.
So we got to make sure that we are on the same page.
Right.
So recruiting is a team effort. So if your mom is involved and she's talking to the coaches, she's asking questions about the financial aid or whatever the case may be, it's a team effort.
Right.
And you can't do it without your parents. You can get there, but it might be a mess up somewhere down the line. So I say this to you guys. One thing you do, you give a shout out to your mom and say thank you. And I can't forget the pops, but you give a shout out to moms.
Well, you know, pops, you know, we get the.
That's what we do anyway.
We get the sloppy seconds. That's us. That's what we get, right? Yeah. Moms get all the credit, and we just say, you know, good job, Mom.
Love you, Mama Mose.
Little love.
Mama.
Yeah,
You said Mama Mimosa?
Mama Mose.
Let's do this, guys. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. We'll pick up where we left off at, and we're going to come right back with the Prep Stars Football Report. Welcome back to the Prep Stars Football Report. I'm your host, Derek Denham, and I got my man, Mr. Reggie Booby Wins, as always. We got our guys in, and we're talking about recruiting and different things, and we touched on a lot of different topics. But something that we didn't touch on was being the guy on campus, and then you always have that female aspect of, how you handle the girls and the attention, and, they all on you and they loving you for who you are and wearing the big jersey and big man on campus. How you guys handle that? Start with you, Mosley. What's your thoughts?
KJ.
My thoughts, man. You got to know the environment you're in.
Okay.
And where you are. If it's, nightlife, everybody goes out at college, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Parties, bars that they let you into, stuff like that, Honestly, if, you out with your boys and, you see females coming up to you, even acting intoxicated or even not intoxicated, but just, just seeking you out for the person you are, for that recognition you got on campus.
Right.
For being a player.
Right.
On the team, of course, stuff like that.
Sure.
You gotta leave her alone.
Right.
You can't entertain it. You can't get her Snapchat number, Instagram, none of that.
I'm
sorry.
I wouldn't say that.
You can't.
Well, no,
You're not information, but don't go
that
further
night. Don't
it.
touch her. Don't bother her.
I mean,
That's
girl,
what I'm
Snapchat.
saying.
Yeah, but I mean, hey,
right.
look, y'all humans, y'all young men. Go ahead, KJ. Go ahead.
You want me to get it?
Mama listening. Mama listening now.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Look,
Mama is listening.
So
I was over here fronting.
I'm not. I was over here talking crazy. But look, like, I'm not. First of all, if she's intoxicated, doesn't matter what she wants to do, nothing like that. You just gotta reject that. You gotta deny it. But like,
Take the loss.
right, you gotta take that L. Like, really. But at the end of the day, you gotta know who you sleep with. Like real talk. You
Who
gotta
you
know,
dealing
like,
with?
Like, or who you dealing with, right?
Right.
So that's why.
Rephrase that.
That's why, like, I like to become friends with you, like, before any other thing happens.
Right.
Because I actually have to know you. It's a lot of it's. Like,
But what? And I'm gonna be devil's advocate, KJ. But what about the girl she's playing the role with you? You think you know her? Because you really look. These people get married and don't know each other.
But like, you can tell because, like, they're gonna be trying to be all up under you.
Okay.
On you 24/7. Even if you tell her like take a break, she see you with another girl. Oh, this what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had that happen to me. I've had that happen to me.
Very specific.
I was gonna
No,
say,
I've had that happen to me.
I was gonna say, yeah, when you see like a female playing devil's advocate, you play devil advocate back just to test them.
Right, just to test them.
And see their true intentions, because you can do that.
Right.
A girl might be trying to test you, and like or might be trying to like act and seem like they really mess with you, they really rock with you.
Right.
But you can play that role where you like try to like see little things here and there, ask for a little favor or something like that. And if they really rock with you, if they really feel that way, then they gonna tell you straight up, like, nah, I can't do that for you because you feel me, you need to worry about yourself or you feel me, some stuff like that. That points you in the right direction.
But trust me, not it's a lot. Not there's not there's a lot of girls out there that's not like that.
True. That's true.
This is true.
But
This is true.
But it's so hard to decipher who is that
Exactly.
one.
it is.
So-
But
so-
if you've been rocking with me from the get before,
Well,
I
that's
was
a different
nothing.
story.
No
It's a
doubt.
different story. It's
No
a
doubt.
different story.
No
You
doubt.
been rocking with me before I was
I'm
nothing.
talking about the
girlfriend, so-
ones that comes up to the party and know who you are, number one.
On
know you are
campus.
number five.
On campus.
On campus.
Right.
I'm
Groupies,
talking about
groupies.
those ones
Right.
there.
You can tell them.
You can tell them, but
Some good, KJ. Some you can't tell.
No, because they actually come up to you.
well, your mindset have to be
I don't
different.
have none of that.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
Nah, they like
But I mean, KJ, because you play, let's call it what it is. I mean, you are a national. You play on a national level,
Right.
and you got a name, and you are a target. And I'm sure Tanya and Tommy talk about these certain situations. So, what's some of the things that they've said to you?
First of all, don't bring no girl pregnant home.
I think that's pretty good advice.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
That's the first
Hey, Kyron, football.
No, I would say what Boobie always say, but I ain't gonna say
No, you don't have to
Put
say
a
that.
helmet on.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that.
But no, just like I make sure I have to like gotta know you. Like I gotta know like your parents, where you coming from, like what's what goals you want and like what aspiration you got in life, stuff like that. Like if you really sit down and talk to a female, you know, and y'all can have those types of conversations before anything else evolves into, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I got 2 female best friends at my school right now, and I swear I love them to death. Love them to death. I do anything for them, they'll do anything for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know they rock with me.
Gotcha.
You know, but
So
it's it's hard to tell.
Red's like he about to try to put you on the spot. Go ahead.
So, how do you?
How do you feel?
How do you feel? How do you approach the one night stand?
I never had that.
Well, it's approaching you. I'm not saying you had it. I don't want your mama to know you had it. But what I'm saying is this is life. It's going to approach you. So what I'm saying to you is how do you deal with that situation? That's a tough situation.
And I think
in what circumstance are you talking about?
I think what
I'm
Reg
just talking about
just in general.
I think what Reg is what he's saying is y'all young guys.
Yeah.
And Reg and I have both been there where you guys are now.
I haven't.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I knew he was about to say.
And it's
Not me, honey.
It's part of life. It's part of life. And you know, you guys again, you got name value. You got, you know, you selling jerseys. So you're gonna do certain things.
I'm hanging up my
How do you handle that when you is a girl that you want to kick it with? You know what I mean? And you into her, she into you, and some things might get a little heated. Or what comes across your mind at that point? Are you thinking? What do you?
Well, first of all, it's hard.
Okay, KJ.
It's hard for an athlete. It's not hard for an athlete to get a girl, but it's hard for an athlete to get a girl.
Now, why is that?
That's true.
Because they always got this certain standard of football players who
think they know you.
Well, you mean they have a preconception?
Yeah, like
okay.
Like he's a 304. You know what I'm saying?
He's talking about a wifey too. So by the way, I'm sorry, he ain't talking about the girls at the party, at the Q party, and they step around. He ain't talking about them. They had some of that jungle juice. You know, he not talking about them.
Right.
He talking about his wifey material.
Right.
I know, gentlemen. I know they've been.
We talking about one night stand type deals.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You walk up to you and approach you like, and I'm
Right.
feeling you. You feeling me. I understand the game.
He putting y'all on the spot
I
now.
understand the
Right.
game.
Right.
I'm just saying because.
comment.
Well, it need to be a comment because it's something you need to talk about because something you got to prevent from doing. That's how you get caught up in what? Title IX. That's how you get caught up in sexual assault.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
You have to make the proper decisions. You got to. You may have to be that gentleman that night,
Right.
walk her home, and come back 2 weeks later catch her sober. Out of respect for
I mean,
you.
if she's
Out of
drunk,
respect for her.
But
One night general.
But let's take it even further,
Yeah.
guys.
Uh-huh.
You may just have to abstain from that situation.
No doubt.
No,
Period,
real
yeah.
talk.
You know what I mean? Because just because she got them fat legs and them curves, don't mean you got to take it down. Take it down there through there. You know, sometimes it's the decision
Yams, it's
that
them
you
yams.
don't make is the best decision.
My,
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason the conversation is coming up
Right.
because it's more prevalent of our young men is getting taken down.
And y'all know a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't have to get into names.
No, you can Google. And You
Yeah.
can probably find 50 other guys. you
Yeah,
know.
but you guys know some of the guys that these things have happened to. You know what I mean? So that's got to play a part.
And we need you guys to make the right decision. I got on my phone right now that I just sent out a consent app. What do that mean, Coach? That's a consent app.
We used to print out.
You
We
sent
sent
out,
papers.
and they have
Then
to
we
sign.
said we was gonna start
Yeah.
We
making
si- we,
females
we
sign
made
a
we
paper.
made them in our notes in our phone. We
y'all
would send it to them and they would
tripping,
sign
bro.
it.
We sure did,
Y'all
didn't we?
tripping.
No, yeah,
Look at
and they
it.
would
Oh,
sign
my
it with
God.
their
What?
finger that night. You know what I'm saying? Letting
That's
them
what
know
we said.
what's
We said
going
when
on.
we get to college, if something ever happened, we're gonna make sure
We
they-
said this back
Swear
when
to
we was
God.
younger.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
high school.
Yeah,
And-
we
and-
made this
That
in
was
high
our
school.
pre-mind step.
I don't
'cause we
think that
seen
was
so
a
many
lunch table.
people.
We
that
knew what
knew.
happened when we got to school. We already
You
knew.
was in field
Wow.
class chilling.
Well, yeah, and you knew why because it was going on in high school.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
That's true.
we
That's
were
true,
seeing
too.
guys get
That's true.
caught up. That
We
was
was
In
That's
high
true.
school.
That we knew.
That's true.
Hey, trust me.
So we was
That's
already
true.
hip to the game.
But
That's true.
I feel like that as a gentleman, I don't know in my mind that I feel like already, I feel like that as a gentleman you should be able to control yourself for one night. Like if a girl wanna mess with you on the first night of you meeting her,
That
then-
tells you
then
something.
That ain't right.
There you go.
Feel me?
There you go.
I'll be thinking about old school days. I feel like
There you
y'all,
go.
it took y'all the third date to get a kiss. You feel me? That was my mindset.
Well, I don't speak for me. No, I'm just.
Oh,
Player from the Himalayas.
Oh my God.
Hey, hold up.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Hey, sugar.
Hey, hold up. Hey, baby girl. No comment.
Just kidding.
Tootsie.
I hope so.
No, but you hit it on the head, Dabney. You hit it on the head that, hey, take your time. There's no rush.
No, take your time.
Take your time.
Listen, respect yourself at all times.
No doubt.
Yep.
And also respect a young lady because guess what? One day you're going to have a daughter.
Exactly.
No doubt.
So we got to make sure we respect them just as much respect ourselves.
doubt.
And this is real life. And that's why I brought it up. I didn't want to get it too hanky-panky.
Right.
I brought it up because this is real.
And Coach,
and they're going down.
And Coach Franklin tell us that after every game, he say train it off, and he was like, treat a female like you would treat your sister, your auntie, your mother, your granny, any type of way.
Yeah,
That's right.
Because I seen something on Twitter. It had said, "Would you let your daughter marry you?" Would you let your daughter marry you?
Yes.
And if you really think about that, like that's some deep stuff.
That is deep.
Because I know for a fact, I want to let my daughter go out. Not saying me, but I want to let my daughter go out and marry some guy that's just out here one night standing, going out crazy. You feel me? Like that.
Whoop.
You feel me? I want to meet somebody she planning to be with the rest of her life with. You feel me?
That's right.
So, and that starts just respecting all ladies.
Yes,
Right.
Just respecting all ladies.
That's right.
And I brought it up. We got to get off this set, but I'm saying to you guys, we got to be smart about these young women because right now it's very easy to score a touchdown. It's very easy.
So I gotta go.
So now it's great sometimes. It ain't great to fumble in the game, but it might be great to fumble this ball. You know what I mean?
Yo,
so
no
you got
doubt.
please be respectful to like you're respectful to your mom, be respectful to the ladies.
And talk to your guys, talk to your teammates, talk to the younger guys that's coming behind you guys. Because when you in the moment, you don't, like KJ said, you just balling. You ain't thinking, you ain't taking yourself that serious. But it's other people that are. There's people that's watching your every move, man. On social media. They looking up to you guys. They want to emulate you. Same thing you guys did when you was kids. You emulated certain people. They're emulating you now.
And we all know those savages. You've been around some of those savages. So you have to be that teammate and say, hey. No, we're leaving.
Right.
We're leaving.
Come on, bro. We got to go.
We're leaving. So you have to be that because if that voice of reason is there, you can save my man's life.
That's right.
So we have to do that, guys. Start thinking, please.
And I say get you one. Get you one girl that's got your back, man.
I did that right now. I got me one. I'm cooling.
Get you one, man.
Same here.
Get you one. Those guys that's gonna ride or die with you. You know what I mean? Like
KJ
KJ said, that takes that takes.
Chill.
Oh boy, here we go.
We ain't gonna get into that.
We ain't gonna get into that.
We ain't gonna get into that.
You know what's up.
But I mean, that's important. That's important. Well, guys, look. Hey, final thoughts, Mosley.
Man, all the guys that's not being that recruited that highly in high school, get with a man like Reggie Wins, man. Get your name out there, get your film out there, send it to coaches. All the guys that's big time and feel they need more offers, just wait, be patient.
There you
Trust
go.
in God.
KJ.
Go to Booby Wins. That's all I gotta say.
And listen to the Prep Stars football report too. Wealth of knowledge, guys. Wealth of knowledge. Go ahead, Dabney.
We all know go to Wedgie.
Right.
I mean that's key. But no, man, believe in yourself. Like if you don't believe in yourself, man, ain't nobody else gonna believe in you, and that's just straight up. Right. So you gotta know that at the end of the day, that the only person that's gonna be affected for you is you. Right. So take everything into account and believe in yourself.
Kyron.
I'm gonna say just be confident in yourself, know what you can do. That's pretty much it. Just know what you can do, and people gonna love you, people gonna hate you, but all you can do is ball. That's all you gotta do. Just be confident in yourself.
Hasn't been balling all that season.
And you don't have to call Booby. But what you got to do, you got to be the biggest advocator for you. You got to be your own advocator.
That's right.
Booby just there because he has a network and he has the people that he talks to and he trusts. You can do the same thing. So start advocating for yourself. Start talking to people and start doing the right stuff.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't have faith in the schools and the process, have faith in how hard you're going to work. The harder you work, the better it's going to be for you.
And don't be such in a rush to get to the goal. Enjoy the process, because time flies, and you'll look back and say, man, where did the time go? Enjoy this, guys. Enjoy it. It's a once in a lifetime piece, man. Enjoy it, because one day you look up and you'll be me and Booby Wins over here thinking about going to sleep at 9 o'clock at night.
9:21 to be exact. I'm on my way, honey. I'm on the way.
So,
get the heater blinker up.
Big ups to all you guys, man. Hey, we want to get you guys back at some point, and appreciate you, brothers, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, don't forget Saturday, guys. All right.
Yeah, I'll be there.
See y'all Saturday. Okay, Reg, just go ahead, tell real quick with your camp.
It's a Christmas camp Saturday at Ultimate Soccer at 3. Arrive about 2 o'clock, 2:30. It's in remembrance of my son. We want to kind of celebrate Christmas for him through sports, through football. We're going to have a good time.
Right.
Going to give away some gifts. We're going to eat some goodies, and we're just going to have a great time. So please arrive there. Be there on Saturday, Ultimate Soccer at 3 o'clock to 5:30.
And a great event. Eric Wins, great young man. Such a tragic thing that happened, and we're gonna remember Eric, and we're gonna ball in his name.
Yep.
So look to seeing you guys there. All right. All right, everybody out there. Hey, next Wednesday, same time, 7 to 9. This is your man Derek Denham. My co-host Booby Wins. We'll see you next week on the Prep Stars Football
Bang, bang.
Chicken and shrimp.
Peace.
So.